Lordy, Lordy, look who's 40.
Live episode. Let's go.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, insightful gang. Woo, 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 woo. We're here. It looks like there's 3 people already that was waiting for us. Oh my God. That's so awesome. Okay, like whoever's here, like let us know in the comments so we can know, so we can like greet you properly.
Thank
I'm so
y'all for
excited.
joining us on this evening.
I know they were waiting patiently for us. Okay, let's get it together. Okay, hey,
Miss
Christy. Hope you're well. That's good. Okay, so who else? There's like 3 more people here. Lisa! Okay, Lisa's my friend. One of my good friends. Hey, Lisa, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Lisa.
All right, so it's 2 more people. Don't be shy. Okay. Well, maybe they'll come on in a little bit and introduce themselves, let us know who they are. Okay, so we can go ahead and get started. For all of our new viewers and even returning viewers who, probably haven't watched us in a while, let us introduce ourselves. I am your girl, Shnequia, aka S.
And I am your girl, Lakesha, aka L.
Together, we are Insightful Conversations with SNL, and we are live. It feels good to be back live.
Yes, it does.
It's been a minute since we've been live, but
yes,
yeah, but we wanted to do something a little different this time. So if y'all watching us on Facebook or YouTube, make sure y'all go ahead and like this video. Share it if you want to. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button, as well as the notification bell, so you'll know when we always drop episodes. Okay. Doing.
All right, I see a thumbs up.
I don't see what too. How you been doing?
I've been doing good because I really can't complain. The holiday season is upon us, one of my favorite times of the year. So definitely had a great Thanksgiving and looking forward to all things Christmas and what this new decade of life shall have and bestow for us. How about yourself?
Okay, not bestow.
But, all right, Tasha. Yay.
Oh, hey, Tasha. Hey, Tasha. Whoop, whoop. Thomasville in the building. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so I've been doing well. I'm also looking forward to the holiday season coming up and all of that. Looking forward to being off work.
Yes.
For a few weeks. That's always nice. But
always
I'm doing well. Yeah, I'm blessed and highly favored. So
amen.
Okay. Well, do we want to go ahead and kind of jump right into the episode? Because I know we were going to do things a little differently.
Yeah, we can do that
today. Okay, because we're not going to do buzzworthy topics today like we normally do, because we want to have more time to interact with you all. Okay. Oh, and this, like I said, in the promo that we did for this episode, this is going to be an interactive episode. Okay. Yes. So y'all have the opportunity to comment in real time, or you can also join us in on the live if you want to. And I'm going to put the link in the comments to where you would go to join us. It's probably take a few minutes. Okay. So if y'all see those links, that's where you can go to join us. Okay. So, and don't be shy. Don't be shy. Feel free to join us. Okay. So, Keisha, do you want to go ahead and kind of introduce this topic, since technically this was your idea and it was a good idea at that?
So for those of you all that have been following Shnequia and I on this journey, or if you're just joining us for the first time, we've been producing our podcast we're in season 3 as of now. And this year, 2022, was particularly very special for both Shnequia and I. Not only were we blessed and highly favored to see the age of 40, because as you know, if you've been following everything in media, you may have loved ones such as family members and coworkers and friends. Especially in today's society, a lot of people, I would say under the age of 50, are passing. And so, like I said, this is a birthday in particularly we do not take lightly. I don't know about Shnequia, but my 20s as well as my 30s, if I had to compare it visually to something, it would probably be a roller coaster. There were definitely some highs. There were definitely some lows. There were definitely some times that I laughed my behind off. There were days that I cried, and I just wanted to just give up and just throw in the towel. But I am so, so, so proud, not only of myself, but also my cousin, with everything that we have been through, whether it be good, bad, or ugly, that we are still here. And that God so saw fit to keep us here on this earth, which means that there's still purpose, there's still a plan, there's still work for us to do. And so, as I stated before, that's not a job that we take lightly. We look forward to it. I'm happy about what this next decade, this next season in life has in store for us. And things of that nature. Shnequia and I have experienced a lot of things this year, a lot of things that we have yet to share with you all, and not necessarily, and it wasn't bad stuff. A lot of change, a lot of transition this year, in particularly with both of our careers and things of that nature. So, like I said, God has definitely been moving us. He's been transforming us. And yeah, just look forward to what's in store. And so when Shnequia and I met with regards to planning this finale episode, the first thing that came to mind that I told her about is, why don't we have a conversation about just some things maybe that we've experienced, some lessons that we've learned just over our 40 years of being here on the earth. But at the same time, invite the audience in to join us if they want to share some tips, or for those of you all that you may have celebrated your 40th birthday on this year, or another milestone birthday. If there's any tips, any advice that you want to give, and things of that nature for us, we're more than welcome to hear that. And so that's how this conversation came about. And so once again, we thank you all for taking time out of your day to join us. And we look forward to the conversations and discussions we're getting ready to have with each and every one of you all on this evening.
Yes, that was so beautifully explained. So I can't talk, but you know what I meant. So yeah, I think because y'all are family to us, so, and this is also a safe space for not only us to, communicate, but even with y'all. So yeah. I think it might be good for us to start off the conversation by talking about maybe like what it means to us to be 40, maybe how we celebrated our 40th birthday. What you think, Keisha? You want to do that?
We can do that. You want to start the conversation off, cuz? Grab my glass of wine.
Yeah, I can start. So basically, because I turned 40 first.
Yes.
So yeah, so I turned 40 first. I was 40 October 21st. Woohoo. Team Libra, any Libras in the building, shouting everybody out, the Libras. So initially leading up to 40, my 40th birthday, I had all different types of emotions. Okay. Like I was a little anxious, I was nervous, I was excited, all of the above. Okay. Because 40 is one of those big major milestone birthdays where it's like, okay, if you're like a planner like me, there are certain things that you typically want to see happen by this age, whether it's professionally, personally, whatever have you. And I set a lot of goals for myself. And I will say, a lot of the goals that I have set for myself have come to pass, but then there are some that still haven't, which, it's fine. I feel like in due time and in due season that it will. But so I spent my actual 40th birthday in Aruba. And I Aruba with one of my best friends from back home in Thomasville, as well as her younger sister. And we had an amazing time. That was my first time going to Aruba. Aruba is such a vibe. Okay. It gives me like these little Spanish type vibes. It kind of reminds me like of Puerto Rico, if you ever been there. And it was really nice. We stayed at a really nice resort. We did a lot of fun things, of course, like what you typically do when you're at a tropical island. You go to the beach, you do all kind of like water stuff and all that. But the thing that really made the highlight of the trip for me was a photo shoot that I did. I did a birthday photo shoot, which is something that I have never done. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Lisa. I did a flying dress photo shoot. So if you follow me on social media, I did post a few of the pics on there. And I had on like a red dress, I ain't gonna lie, I was serving. I was. I'll go ahead and
you
say
did that,
cuz
you did that. You did that.
You have to toot your own self up, toot your own horn. So and I am not good at like taking pictures. And what I mean by that is I'm the type of person that I have my signature pose that I do in every photo that I do. So I was so happy to have a photographer who basically told me what to do. Like, try this, try that, try it. So it was like the photographer, and then he had an assistant that kind of helped me put on my dress and all of that. And then my two friends who went on the trip with me, they were there with me when I did the photo shoot. And when I tell you that was one of the most amazing experiences of my life, like I will never forget that. Like I truly felt like a queen, like a goddess. And I don't know, I spent a good little penny on that. But I felt like it was well worth it because for the other milestone birthdays, I didn't do anything special like that. And so I wanted something that I could really remember the day and really embrace it and commemorate that occasion. So I'm just happy that the photos turned out phenomenal. And like I said, I had a really, really good time. I celebrated my birthday the way that I wanted to. So I'm really happy about that.
That's good, cuz that's good. That's good. And yes, honey, you were serving in those pictures. You did that. You did that. You did that. Yes. As far as my birthday is concerned, I celebrated my 40th on November 20th. So about a week or so ago. Um, and to say the least, I actually look forward to aging. It's not something that necessarily scares me or that I'm afraid of. Um, like I said, I was actually very happy. I was elated. I was counting down actually the days until my birthday. Just like Shnequia, definitely have set some goals for myself over the years with regards to my career, my educational pursuits, um, even things pertaining to my personal life. And although some things have come to pass, there are some things, even at 40, that I have yet to see. But I am trusting and believing that in God's own time, that they will come to fruition. And so until then, I continue living, I continue standing. Um, and being fabulous, darling. As far as my 40th was concerned, I had all these ideas of what I wanted to do. First, I was thinking about going on a cruise because I'd never been on a cruise before in my life. But still, with everything going on, I didn't necessarily think that was the best idea. And then it's just like, do I really want to be around a whole lot of people like that? Bringing in my 40th, and it was just like not necessarily. For those who know me, I'm actually more introverted than I am extroverted. And so I actually really enjoy spending time either in small, more intimate settings with people or more so just by myself. And so at the end of the day, that's what I decided to do. I actually have spent some previous or past birthdays traveling and things of that nature. And this year I decided to stay close to home. And so that's just what I did. Um, I went to church, so brought it in because my birthday this year fell on a Sunday. So definitely wanted to give the Lord. And then I went to a brunch. Believe it or not, I had never, ever done brunch before because a lot of times I'm working, whether I'm working with my full-time job or at my part-time. And so thankfully, I have some coworkers who knew some very nice adult-like brunch spots here in Tallahassee. And I chose to spend my birthday at a restaurant called Food Glorious Food. So for those of you all that are here in the Big Bend region, if you have yet to check out that restaurant, honey, you're missing out. It is excellent. It is everything that everybody says that it is. The staff was amazing. The food was delicious. And I couldn't have asked for a better way to bring it in. I did some self care activities when they got me a pedicure and things of that nature. Had planned to do a whole some spa activities and things of that nature, but wasn't able to get to them just because my mom, she wanted to spend some time with me as well. And I wanted to give her that opportunity to celebrate me in that moment. And so spent some time with her um, and things like that. And then got the opportunity later on in the week during the holidays to spend times with family um, and friends and so on and so forth. And so I am the type, just because I wasn't able to travel as I wanted to on my birthday, like I first started to. It is my goal at some point during my 40, my time, my 40th year, to actually get out there on the road. Like I said, whether it's a cruise, whether it's travel internationally or doing a trip here. But like I said, at the end of the day, I just wanted to spend some intimate alone time with myself. Um, just really celebrating and just loving on me because I feel like a lot of times, especially in the job, um, in the fields that I work in, I give a lot back to people, but I don't necessarily always give that same energy back to myself. And so that was something that had fell in my spirit at that time, and I'm glad that I decided to do such. But like I said, I am definitely looking forward in the next couple of months and taking several flights, okay, to turn up for my 40th.
Okay, so you basically you gonna get flued out, right?
I'm flying myself out. I'm flying myself
Okay.
out.
Oh my God. Oh, my friend Virgil is here. Hey, Virgil. I just saw that he
Hey.
commented. He was saying this. Okay.
Welcome,
So,
welcome,
when
welcome.
yes, when you were telling your story about how you celebrated your 40th birthday, it just had me thinking like people really should just, I feel like just celebrate it any way you want to.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like as long as you do like what it is that you want to do and you're doing what makes you happy.
Exactly.
And primarily the reason why I want to do a trip for my 40th birthday, because like I said, I've never really done that. Now, my 39th birthday, I did a trip, went to Puerto Rico. And I said, I do want to do something for my 40th. Now, I don't know if I might continue this international trip for my birthday every year, but I said I definitely want to jump for the 40th. So, yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. And I totally agree with you, because I think a lot of times that we put pressure on ourselves, especially when we hit these milestones. So whether you're turning 16, you're turning 18, you're turning 21, 30, 40, 75, 50, 60, you have all these dreams, these goals and aspirations, and that's cool. That's a-okay. But at the same time, give yourself grace. I know when I was talking to my parents about like all these different ideas that I had of how I wanted to bring my birthday in and things like that, my dad, he threw out a good suggestion. He was just like, stop putting all this pressure on yourself to make all of this stuff happen in one day, when you have an entire year to celebrate your birthday. So don't just get stuck on that day. If you can do it, you can do it. That's fine. But if you can't, it's okay. It is okay. And so I had never kind of thought about it in that sense. But when he mentioned it, it was just like, yeah, I prefer to do that. I actually prefer to do that. And just like you, got the opportunity to do a photo shoot. A lot of people actually asked me, I got a lot of comments like, who did your photos? Was it professionally done? You all, that's what I'm telling you. Thank God for a support system. I have some fabulous friends. Shout out to Matthias, Daryl, Rashad, and Thaddeus, who came through.
Matthias, Matthias is a friend to the show. He's been on our show before.
Yes. And so my tribe, they came through. They made sure, my dress was right, my shoes, and they're helping me in and out of my stiletto heels. They're doing like Shnequia, they teach, telling me to pose, do this, do that, pose like this, pose like that. And then on top of that, it had started raining during the shoot. So we had to, try to wrap things up as quickly as possible. But overall, I thought the photos turned out really, really amazing. And y'all, they use the iPhone. Okay. So for those of y'all that think that y'all got to spend a ton of money for photos, I've had a professional photo shoot done, so I don't doubt it. But once again, if you cannot afford it, y'all, trust me, there are lucrative ways. There are inexpensive options out there for you to get the exact same options, just like anybody else. So yes. Turn to your tribe. You'll probably be amazed about who in your friend circle has some amazing talent. So don't negate the people that's around you.
That's true. I forgot that I can put the comments on the screen.
Yes.
Remember how we can put the comments on the screen? Okay, so I'm about to let y'all get y'all shine. Hey. Hey. I totally forgot. Hi. Oh my God. Because, we have to utilize these.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
I remember she did say that earlier, but yes, I know. You can do what you can. Okay. Virgil told you to turn up and go on and get fluid out.
We'll see, Virgil. We'll see.
Oh my, okay. Hey, Lacey. Okay, y'all. So Lacey is the one that does my hair. She is my stylist. Okay. So thank you so much for joining us today. So when you see me, looking fly
and all your today, glory.
It's because of her.
Yes.
It's because of her. So, yeah. So, Keisha, so now that you're 40 and I'm 42, just like you, how does it feel to actually say, oh my God, like I'm 40? What comes up for you?
I feel grown. I think I'll put that in my post when I posted for my birthday, #grown, because that's actually just how I feel. Like I feel from various angles like I've matured. I've matured spiritually. Definitely have matured um emotionally, mentally, financially, and so on and so forth. It feels awesome, to be honest with you. Like I said, although there are some things that have yet to come to pass, Shnequia, when I truly tell you I am at peace, I am a-okay. I am a-okay. I am looking every day, honestly, I wake up and I look forward to what he has in store. Like I really feel like this next portion or this next phase of my life is going to be my best. I feel that with every inkling of my being, my fiber. Because like I said, my 20s was rough. It was rough. 30s got a little bit better, and then I would say mid 30s, that 34 to 37, 38, people start dropping out of my life like wildfires, and I was just like, what the heck is going on? Like I didn't understand it. I didn't get it. Um just a lot of things going on from an emotional stance. And so like I said, to be able to come out on the other side of everything, not necessarily bruised, or not necessarily being without bruises, but like I said, being a-okay. um I'm looking forward to, like I said, what this next part of my life has in store. What about you?
Okay. So currently, I feel good. Like I feel like amazing right now because like you, well, no, yeah, my 20s was a little rough. They were a little rough. 30s, I felt like I started to really become into my own, if you will. Because I will say, people that know me, or maybe if you don't, um, growing up, I was always not really the most confident person. I struggled a lot with self-esteem. And I think a lot of that was just because I never thought that I had a voice, if you will. But I will say it took me literally here to Atlanta where I was kind of like forced to really like kind of be on my own, like away from family. Cause I'm from South Georgia. That's where my parents are and all of that. And so like I always lived like in the surrounding areas near them. Like I was pretty close to them. Like this is the furthest away that I've been, away from them. And so like being up here, I was forced to like actually, do stuff on my own and, really having to make big girl decisions and all of that. And so I feel like that alone is what helped me to build my confidence. And so I say all that to say, now that I feel like I have this level of confidence, I feel like honestly, I feel like I can do anything. Like seriously, I know that that's a cliche, and people say that, but I really do feel like that now. And like you, I'm ready to really just continue to embrace wherever this journey is going to take me.
Yes.
So I think that's the thing that I'm most excited about.
Okay. 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 I know one thing, I think looking back, um, over the years and just the different experiences that I have gone through. Um, and that's something I did on my birthday, just doing a lot of reflection and meditation, just of different experiences that I've been through, whether those experiences took place in my childhood, teenage years, young adult years, and things like that. I think one of the biggest takeaways from my journey um, is it's okay not to be okay. And that's advice that I share with my students. Um, and that's one of my mantras, because I feel like, and like I said, I can't speak for nobody but myself. Over the years, I've always felt like that I've always had to have it together, in a sense that I cannot appear in public. And when I say in public, whether that's, in front of friends, that's in front of family, at my job, or wherever it may be, I never felt like I could not appear like I didn't have it together. Like um, I had everything down pat, so to speak. Um, I didn't want to cry in front of people. I didn't necessarily want to show emotions, because I didn't want people to mistake, how I was feeling, or experience in that moment, and try to take advantage of me. Although I did share some experiences with people and things like that. But like I said, I just thought or felt a lot of times over the years that um, I had to act or conduct myself at all times. Like I stated before, like I had it together, when in actuality, there were some times I felt like all hell was breaking loose. To be honest with you, I felt like my world was falling apart. I wanted to scream. I wanted to yell. I wanted to shout. I was angry. I was frustrated, but I didn't feel like I could show that, to the public, and things like that. And so that's something that I've just learned over the years, that it's okay not to be okay. You're not going to be on it 100%. Y'all, we are human. Life is beautiful, but at times, if we be honest with ourselves, it can be rough. Um, I've experienced my parents going through a divorce as a teenager, and that greatly affected me. Uh, Moving on in my life, especially from a relational stance. I am proud that my parents, they're like best of friends now. But that's something, like I said, that's a part of my journey. There's other different experiences that I've gone through, purchasing my first brand new vehicle, and just all of the excitement and the nervousness, that came with that, and so on and so forth. And um even being in a relationship at one point, and we're discussing marriage, this person that went to my parents to ask for my hand in marriage, and that's something I haven't shared with a lot of people. And then that relationship not being seen all the way through. And so, like I said, a lot of times we tend to hold what it is that we are feeling, we're experiencing inside, all out of fear. Like I said, we want to appear like we have it all together, when in actuality we don't. And so if you don't take anything from what we've said tonight, like I said, hopefully you will heed. It's okay not to be okay. You need to cry, you need to scream, you need to yell, you need to go get therapy. Okay. You need to go talk to somebody. Like, do so. Don't ever let people make you feel bad for how you're feeling in the moment, because they're not you. They haven't gone through what you've gone through. So yes, that's one of the most important lessons I can say that I've learned in these 40 years. What about you, cuz?
Yeah. I'll agree with that. A conversation with someone recently about birthdays, not milestone birthdays, but just birthdays in particular. And we were talking about how just because your birthday is coming up, sometimes it may not be happy for you. You know what I'm saying? You might have different emotions. Like I was saying in the beginning of this episode, I was talking about how I had all different types of emotions that I was experiencing. And I just want people to know that if you don't necessarily feel immediate joy leading up to your birthday, like that's okay, because it can be a scary moment, you know, because you're getting older, you don't know what to expect and all things like that. So I always tell people to give yourself grace.
Yes.
Like don't beat yourself up if you find that, like, oh my God, like I should be happy, because sometimes you may not be. But like you were saying, Lakesha, you know, really just knowing yourself, and like sometimes that means you might have to talk to someone, you know, professionally, to like really kind of like process through what you're dealing with. That's fine. But I don't want people to think that they have to be feeling like this. They have to be feeling like, oh my God, I gotta be joyful. I gotta be joyful. Because you may not feel like that.
You may not.
And I feel like that, and I feel that that's okay, in my personal opinion.
You're absolutely correct.
So,
absolutely correct.
And like I was saying in the beginning, it doesn't matter, you know, who you spend it with or whatever, or if you spend it alone, as long as you're doing something that brings you a sense of peace and a sense of joy. That's all that really matters in the end.
Cuz you are
because your day, it's your day. It's your day to really do what you want to do. You set the tone.
Exactly.
For that day.
Exactly. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Is there something else like over these last several years that stands out to you when it comes to yourself?
I would definitely say, I talked about confidence earlier. I would definitely say that I'm definitely more confident. And I also realized that I don't put up with stuff as much as I used to.
Ooh,
like
yes.
I used to be somewhat of a pushover. Like I used to be somewhat of a pushover. You know, I would be a follower. You know, I would, whatever people told me to do, like it was gospel. Again, this is like some self-esteem stuff that was going on, which I personally had to work through that, seeing a counselor myself. So, you know, just because I'm in this field, therapists have to see people too. Is recommended, honestly, for you to work through your own issues, especially if you're going to be helping someone else. But anyway, so I just learned that, again, like finding my was very important, because I was thinking like all these people that's around me, they don't have no problem expressing how they feel. You know what I'm saying? So like, why can't I do the same thing? And then I had to realize, I had to get to that point where I was like, you know what? I'm gonna speak too. You may not like it, but it's still my opinion. All we have to do is just respect one another and just make sure that, you know, like I hear you, you hear me, or whatever. We don't have to agree. We can agree to disagree, and that's completely fine. So the biggest thing that I've learned is just feeling okay with being me. If that makes sense. And not feeling like I have to be something that I'm not to please whoever, whether it's friends, a man, or whatever have you. Like I'm okay with doing me.
I love it. 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 I would say one thing that I've noticed about myself over the past several years, I would say another thing I've learned is when you ask for something 9 out of 10 times, ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to come wrapped in the package as you think it will. If I have gained nothing over this past couple of years, I would say I have gained patience. And patience did not come through nice and neatly packaged opportunities. Like I said, a lot of it came, like I said, out of an abundance of frustration, joy, anguish, and so on and so forth. But people tell me all the time, like, "Oh my gosh, I don't see how you deal, or that you can." Get through a situation like that and things like that. But that's something that I have learned coming into my 40s. is learning to be patient, not only with people, but also myself as well. Because like I said, we can put a lot of, what's the word that I want to use? You can weigh yourself down, like I said, expecting yourself to meet all these different expectations and things like that. And it may not necessarily happen like that. It may not necessarily take place in the manner in which you want it to. And so you have to be prepared for that, to being prepared for the scrutiny, because that's another thing, Shnequia, that I would say that I've had to come to terms with. I didn't necessarily like getting negative or receiving negative feedback, especially when social media came out and about. So I don't know if for those of you all that are millennials who remember, we grew up at a time, like I think when MySpace first hit the scene. I remember when Facebook first came out, like you actually had to be a college student.
Yes, when it was exclusive.
It was exclusively for college students. You had to have a college email address to have a Facebook account and things like that. And I felt for the most part, people were still human. They were still nice to one another. But over the past several years, like to me, like people are just getting harsher. They're getting meaner towards one another. A lot of people call it trolling. Some people are just, they're just looking for opportunities to shut you down and just make horrible comments about you and things of that nature. And so that's something that I've had to get used to over the past couple of years, is that when you put yourself out on social media, whether it's for whatever, if it's something, it's good, it's bad, it's ugly, you have got to expect that people are going to comment. And you may not necessarily like what it is that they have to say. And you have to be ready for that, especially from an emotional and mental stance, because it can weigh on you. And so there are times, especially I would say in my 20s and early 30s, I had to take breaks from social media because you get into matches, same here, where you may end up comparing yourself to other people. There are times where you may not feel that you're not necessarily moving at the pace as you should compared to somebody else that you see on these social media streets and things of that nature. So you start to put yourself down, like all this work that you've done, you kind of negate that because it's not on the same level. At least you don't think it's on the same level or better than what you are seeing here on social media. And so I had to learn, first of all, everybody that's on social media is not who they say they are. Everybody's not, some people out here are truly putting on for the gram.
Yes.
They putting on for the snap. They putting on for the TikTok. So you can't necessarily believe and for the book, and you can't necessarily always believe the hype. There are some people that sit up here and take awesome pictures, y'all. Right. And then once those photos are taken, like I said, they're crying their behinds out. They end up, kitchen with their significant other hiding, or the significant other has left the building altogether. And so we have to be careful who we sit up here and we try to pit ourselves against when it comes to the Instagram and the Facebook and the Snapchat and the TikTok. And so, like I said, at times, for your well-being, you just may need to take a breather, and not necessarily because of self-esteem issues and things of that nature. I just think we just need to take a breather just because of a lot of just the negative media that is going on. And that stuff has a tendency to, if you will allow it, it will seep into your spirit. And before you know it, you'll see your moods changing. You'll see the way that you interact with people, how you treat people. It may start to change, and it may have to do what you are allowing into your spirit, whether that's spiritually, what you're allowing to your ear gates, what you're allowing yourself to listen to, who you're allowing yourself to be around, and things like that. So that is something definitely I now take very, very, very seriously. I take seriously who I hang around. I take seriously what type of music that I listen to, how I dress, and so on and so forth. Because like I said, these social media streets, like I said, they can be nice when they want to, and they can be very, very harsh. And so you've got to be ready for when that commentary hits, and how you choose to process it and deal with it.
Yeah. People can be brutal. on social media. I like to call them internet thugs because I'm just like, because I'm like, y'all, no, because I'm saying like, because I know y'all would not have like the balls to be saying this stuff to face. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you just doing that, hiding behind your computer because it feels comfortable. Because you know you wouldn't say this, especially like celebrities. I feel like they get it the worst. Like, I don't know if I could be a celebrity because I feel like I would be just constantly going back and forth with them, and I know that wouldn't be good for like my
your brand, your
well-being or
image.
my peace.
Yeah.
So so okay, the comments kind of popping. I'm put some on the screen. Okay. So Virgil agreed with you. He said, I enjoyed the privacy of Facebook back in the day. Oh, yes, when it was exclusive. Yes. Too many ratchets, internet bullies.
It
Yes.
is.
Yes. It's so true. But yeah. Because I know like I do have to have like periods of hiatuses, especially like during certain times of the year. I feel like it can be a little bit too much. And so I feel like I have to get off.
Understandable.
Like you said, not necessarily for the self-esteem issue, things like that, but just to protect my own peace,
your peace.
because sometimes I just don't want to be hearing about like all this negative stuff and all of that. Like, it can really bring your energy down, and I'm not necessarily trying to be about that.
It can.
It can.
It
Just be
can.
too much.
Yeah. Because something else that I've learned is, I don't know about you, I used to be the type of person that I wouldn't, if I plan something, I always plan something for like a large group setting of people. And so if those people, for whatever reason, they could no longer participate, then I would just, do away with the project altogether. And so what I've been doing in the past several years is I have learned about not only the importance, but just how much fun y'all solo traveling is. So if you have never ever traveled by yourself, what I'm telling you, y'all, you are doing yourself an injustice. And I thought the first time that I took a trip by myself, oh, it's going to be boring. People are going to be looking at me like I'm crazy, like what's wrong with me, so on and so forth. And it was none of that. It was so much fun. I got to plan my day out just how I wanted to plan it out. I got to participate and do all the activities that I wanted to do. Along the journey, I actually met some awesome people, hung out with them for a couple of days while I was in the various cities that I was in, got the opportunity to network and really meet just some fly individuals. And like I said, it just sparked something in me. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't mind traveling with my girls. For those of you all that follow Shnequia and I, you all, back in August, if I'm correct, Shnequia, we all took a trip to Vegas to go see Usher Raymond perform. And y'all, we had a blast. It was worth every penny that we spent to go see him. And as much as I love my girls, I enjoy hanging around them. Like I said, I don't mind hopping on a plane, a train, a bus, or even in my own car and going to wherever it is that I want to go to. Sometimes I don't even have a destination in mind, y'all. Sometimes I just pack a bag and wherever my feet land or my little car land, that's where I'm going to be at. And like I said, don't look down on yourself. Don't think that people going to be out here judging you. Some people probably will, but it is a-okay. Once again, it's your life. You live it the way that you want to live it. Don't people limit yourself. Anyway. They're going to judge anyway. Don't limit yourself just because you don't necessarily have someone to enjoy that experience with. Go on solo trips. Take yourselves out on dates. I'm telling you, it's going to change the game forever for you.
Yeah, I agree. Solo trips are amazing. I don't know how I quite feel about doing solo trips internationally, but some people do that. Maybe one day I might get to that point where I would feel comfortable doing that. But yeah, it's just something about being able to do what you want to do and not have to be like, I gotta wait on this person. I can't do this because they don't want to do that. It's just like you pretty much plan out your day the way you want to. Now, and I'm a firm believer also in like taking yourself out. Now, I will do the solo days. I'll do that in a minute, and don't have like any problem with doing that because it's just so fun. Because I feel like you have to date yourself if you want to be like, if you want to be like a good partner for someone, you got to be able to know yourself. Like you got to be able to date yourself. So, but that's a whole nother story for another day, whole nother topic. But yeah, so we got some comments. Royalty.
I know that's right, royalty.
I take breaks on. Oh, that's Letitia. Hey, T. Yeah. Hey. Remember Letitia, my friend?
I remember, yeah.
It was on one of our episodes last season too. Yeah, so.
And going back to the taking breaks with social media, it's not all the time. It doesn't always, I don't want people to always that just because people take breaks from social media, it's always has something to do with like them being down and out and depressed. Some of us take breaks not only for our mental well-being, some of us take breaks, y'all, just because at the end of the day, we believe in the art of being private.
That part.
My whole thing is, and I get a lot of flack about this from a lot of people, like you post very sporadically. I do. What goes on in my life is what goes on in my life, and what I choose to share is what I'm going to share. If I don't share it, then hey, for those of you all that know, if you want to find out, I'm only a phone call away. But there are some things like I just feel in life that shouldn't be shared with millions upon millions of people around the world and things like that. So yes, privacy is an art form that I have grown to love throughout these past several years.
And you know, also something that I've learned about social media, Keisha, that sometimes the best memories that happen don't necessarily have to be posted on social media. Like it still happened. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if I posted it or not. Like, and I feel, I don't know if I don't know, and I could be wrong, but sometimes I feel like people just be wanting to do that just to show like, okay, well, I'm doing this and I'm doing that or whatever, which is fine if you want to do that or whatever. But just because I'm posting something, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not doing anything. You know, I think a lot of people feel that, oh, she must not be doing nothing. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm doing.
Oh, I'm doing something.
I'm doing plenty, boo. I just don't have to let you. Like I just don't have to let I say like I don't have to let you know that or whatever. And like you said, I'm a phone call away. If you mess with me, you know how to get in touch with me. You can call, text, whatever. Stop by, whatever. I mean, you can do that. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Social media breaks are everything.
Yes.
So that part. Yes. So yeah, but all in all, like I'm really looking forward to seeing what this new decade gonna bring. Like 40 already been coming in with a bang. So
yeah.
Oh, you know what? I was wondering who this was. That's Carrie.
Hi, Carrie. Yes, honey. A private life is a happy life, most definitely.
Right. Exactly.
The power of silence, honey. Yes.
That's right.
Shnequia,
I was thinking. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I wanted you to share with our audience, if you don't mind, a relational experience or what advice you would give from a relational standpoint, whether romantic, platonic, professional.
Okay, just what type of advice I would give in terms of a relationship?
Yeah, a relationship, or so just something like I said that you've learned, an insightful moment you've had, during your 40 years here on the earth about relationships?
Well, seeing as though I ain't had that many, I mean, at least not in the romantic sense, but I can speak on like friendships. Why you laughing at me? I can't. Why you laughing at me?
It's all out of love. I'm laughing how you said it.
But I would say, just in terms of friendships, I think it's very important to, one, definitely know yourself, know your boundaries, know what you're willing to accept and what you won't accept. Surrounding yourself with people who definitely lift you up, will encourage you, but also can really tell you about yourself in a loving way. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't necessarily believe in having yes men and women in my life. Like, I do want you to give me some good, some constructive criticism sometimes, because that helps me to be better and to grow. And I would also say, be okay with people that might have difference of opinions than you. You know what I'm saying? Because someone doesn't necessarily have to be exactly like you and think the exact same way, but that could be okay. Now, I'm saying there are some non-negotiables that you have to know that you're willing to accept and what you want. But, I feel like over time, things, especially like in romantic relationships or just potential partners, I've noticed that there are things that I used to didn't like, you know what I'm saying, or vice versa, but now it kind of shifted as I got older and I kind of matured, you know what I'm saying? So I would say just definitely, making sure that you're being open, and also knowing what works for you, and not being afraid to let some relationships go if it gets to that point. Because I used to be big. I used to be big on feeling like everybody needed to stay in my life, regardless of how they came in, how long they've been here, whatever have you. And that's definitely true where it talks about, people being in your life for a reason, a season, and a lifetime. Right. And, I've had a lot of people be in my life for reasons and seasons. You know what I'm saying? And I'm perfectly okay with that, because I have people that's no longer in my life. That was because they're not meant to be here anymore in my life. They didn't serve their purpose for whatever they were supposed to bring to my life and what they were supposed to teach me and what I was supposed to learn from that experience. And I'm okay with that, because I don't believe in like going back. Like, if you gone, stay gone. Stay gone. You know what I'm saying? And some people may disagree with me on that, but I just know, for my, again, protecting my peace and not wanting to be around negative energy, because Keisha, I have some stories about that. You know, people be trying to pop up in your life after they know that they not good for you, and they be trying that hey big head and all that stuff, like no, that's good. Like, I'm good. So I would definitely, I know I was ranting and venting, but
you good, cuz you good.
But I would definitely just say, be okay with change, knowing who you are, and just that's what I would say.
Okay.
What about you?
I would say one of the biggest lessons I learned from a romantic stance. I told you all earlier, in my early 30s, I was in a relationship that I thought was going to lead to marriage, and it did not. And one of the things that I would say I really beat myself up about during my grieving period is not listening to my intuition. Some people call it intuition, some people call it a conscience. So whatever it is that you call, some people may say it's even God. And there were signs all along, them red flags that I had chose to ignore, because at the time I was just tired of being single. The ladies that I was hanging with during that particular time, everybody was involved in a relationship. So Keisha just had to be involved with, somebody. I couldn't be the third wheel just hanging out here by myself. And so I settled. Not only did I settle, I remember going to God and I asked God to give me a sign. I told him I needed to hear him audibly. And I kid you not, I think I've told Shnequia this. I heard in my spirit, run, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And I chose to ignore it. And as a result, like I said, the breakup really took a toll on me. And so if I have learned nothing from that particular situation, is to take heed to my intuition. Mm-hmm. If you sense that something is off, you sense that something is going to go down and not necessarily in a good way, 9 out of 10 times, you are correct. Don't sit up here and question yourself. Once again, don't let people sit up here and make you feel like you're unjustified to feel the way that you're feeling. You're in that space for a reason. And those are blaring warning signs that you need to get out. You need to go. You need to run. Don't pass. Mm-hmm. Go collect $200. You need to get out there as quickly. Because if not, the consequences that you're going to have to suffer, you better hope and pray that you're able to make it out of that situation. And so, like I said, if I've learned nothing from that situation, is to take heed to my intuition, take heed to those signs, those symbols in front of me in order to make better decisions. And I can say that I've done that. That's one of the reasons why I'm still single. Because some things I'm just not going to settle for. That's another thing that I learned.
Don't stress.
I would say same thing like Shnequia, definitely in my 20s, early 30s, very naive, gullible. I'm a people person, so I didn't want people to be upset with me. And so, like I said, you settle to make people happy, but you're not necessarily happy on the inside, or you know that you wasn't raised a certain way. And so you're doing and partaking in activities you ain't got no business partaking in. And so I'm at a point in my life. I know me. I know my worth. I know the queen that God has created me to be a wife. And so although you may not necessarily see that, I'm okay with that now. That means that me and you, we're not on that same playing field. So you need to go find whoever you gonna find, and then you need to let me go find and do what it is I need to do. But until then, like I said, I keep living. Ain't nobody around here on the couch eating ice cream, watching soppy love stories, crying. No, that's not the type of life Shnequia and I live.
Listening to no sad love songs, even though I do like that song.
Yeah,
I do, but we ain't about that. We ain't about that.
Yes, so, yes. So listen to your intuition, ladies and gentlemen, and like I said, live your life.
Stay private.
Agreed. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just putting the
Stay gone, because you out for a reason. That is so true. Hashtag Casper the Ghost.
Bye. Bye. Thank
Your
you,
friends
Lisa.
Going in.
Not really with the big head, sir. Bye.
They're going in.
No, but it's all love here. We family here. It's a safe space.
Yes.
It's a safe space. So I know we got a few people that's in the audience that got some birthdays coming up, Virgil in particular, because he actually will be joining us on this milestone birthday.
Welcome Friday, to the 40. So. Getting ready to welcome to the 40s Club, Virgil.
Okay.
Woo-woo. Yes.
Okay, so so he'll be joining us. And I know it's like some other he said, I never used that line. I was just repeated, dog. Okay. I never used that line. Okay. So I know it's like some other people that's here that may not be reaching. Well, they're not 40 yet, but they will be like there in a few years or whatever, or have experienced some type of milestone birthday. So, even though we're just talking about 40, I mean, a lot of this is still going to apply for whatever age that you are in life, whether you're 16, 21, 25, 30, 35, whatever. I mean, it's still the same thing. So, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this journey.
I am.
Yeah.
I am. A lot of the myths that I heard about 40, y'all don't believe it. 40, first and foremost, 40 is not the new 20. Okay? 40 is 40. I don't want to go back to being 20. I'm enjoying being 40.
Okay.
Yeah.
He said sad season.
I see.
Okay. Yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to see like what this is going to bring, and I can't wait to continue to just learn more about myself.
Yes.
I'm excited about that. About that.
And as we stated before, y'all, we cannot reiterate that age is just that, it's a number. Don't let people sit up here and count you out. Whatever it is that you want to, strive for, you want to do, like, make it a goal, put some action behind it, and do it. In my heart of hearts, I'm still young. Other people may feel totally different from that. And that is a-okay. I see our elders, they are living, y'all. I mean, they're living their lives. They out here, they're exercising, they running, they're dating, they're married, they traveling. They are curious about the world around it. And as a result, they're taking parts in different activities and experiences. And so you can do the exact same thing as well. Don't let age sit up here and define you and stop you from doing what it is that you want to do. You can continue to do just that. And I feel like if you sincerely embrace the aging process and the maturity that comes along with it, you're going to find that you have a lot more to offer, not only to yourself and those around you, but the world as a whole. There's going to be a lot more lessons that you're going to be able to share and be able to bless other people with. Like I said, if you embrace this process, you embrace this journey that you're on.
Well said, cuz. Well said.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's time for our insightful moment. Do we have one?
What is our insightful moment, cuz?
Okay, so for those who are new to watching us, we always end our episode we call an insightful moment. And this is basically where we leave something to you all. Whether it's a poem, a scripture, a song lyric, a quote, whatever, just something that you feel like would be inspirational, not only yourself, but for someone else. Oh, this is our little music, by the way, that we like to play during that time. And so I think Lakesha has an insightful moment that she wants to share.
Yes. So I found this quote. Is very short and sweet, but I think it really sums up this next phase of life that Shnequia and I and so many of us who have just entered our 40s. And so the quote simply states, the more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate. So the more that you praise and you celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate. That quote was stated by none other than Mrs. Oprah Winfrey herself.
Okay, well, come on, Lady O, for giving that word of wisdom, word of encouragement. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that, Lakesha. And you too can submit insightful moments to us if you desire. As you know, you can always possibly we may choose your insightful moment, and then we can talk about it on the episode here. So yeah, much like how we like to end our episodes. And as always, we always encourage everyone like and follow Insightful Conversations with SNL on Facebook and Instagram. Our username is @InsightConvoWSL. And don't forget to also subscribe to our YouTube channel. So that's on YouTube right now. We need to see that y'all liked this video. Okay, please subscribe to our channel. Tell other people about our podcast. So, because we just want to try to touch as many people as we can. That's what we're here for.
Oh yeah,
we're here to inspire.
Oh yes,
we're here to inspire. So oh, and also not only are you able to watch us like on YouTube and watch this on our Facebook page, but we're also on all major podcast platforms too. So you can actually listen to us too. And the audio for this episode will be dropping soon. Maybe tonight, or I might maybe do it tomorrow, it just depends. But it will be dropping soon. So you have that as well. Did you have anything else, Lakesha?
Nothing else, because once again, thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules to join us. To say the least, we appreciate it. Thank you all for joining us on this ride for season 3, and trust and believe that we have more in store for you all coming in the future. So continue to watch us, like and subscribe if you have yet to do so. And once again, thank you all.
Yes. Oh,
thank you, Virgil.
Thank y'all. We glad that y'all enjoyed it.
Thank you, Tasha.
And thank you, Tasha. We glad that y'all enjoyed it. So, one more thing for all the Georgia residents, because I think everybody they enjoyed. Please make sure y'all vote. If y'all haven't already voted, make sure you vote tomorrow. We got some important runoff election. Please vote. So with that being said, that's pretty much all I had. So until next time, y'all take care of yourselves. Enjoy life. Try to do something nice for someone else. But most importantly, do something nice for yourself. Love on yourself because you're worth it and you deserve it.
You're worth it.
All right, then. So until next time.
Bye.